What is up, guys? I'm Slow Jam Nobes, one of two Nobes brothers, and today I'll be bringing you some NHL 15 Be a GM gameplay. If you've been watching our channel, you might have noticed that there have been many FIFA 15 videos about my younger brother, so I thought that I'd add some grit to this YouTube channel by bringing you this series called Road to Lord Stanley, where I'll be showing you NHL 15 gameplay, where each episode is 1 month in the NHL season, as I obviously try to obtain ultimate hockey stardom in winning the Stanley Cup. Now, little side note, unless you're not aware, there is an Inform Alexis Sanchez giveaway on our channel currently for FIFA 15, obviously on PlayStation. Super simple stuff to enter. All you got to do is subscribe to our channel, The Nobes, leave a like on that video, and follow us on Twitter at TheNobesYT, and you will automatically be entered into the Inform Alexis Sanchez sweepstakes. So to all of you who play FIFA 15, if you want, and if you need a superstar player, well, do that, and good luck. Now, on to some NHL. So what I've done is I've started Be a GM with the Montreal Canadiens, my favorite team. I've been a Montreal fan since I've been young. So, what I try to do is I try to keep the lines as similar as possible to real life. I know last game Galchenyuk ended up playing center, but since the beginning of the season, he's been on the left side with Plekanec and Parenteau. So I'm going to keep the forward lines like that for now. Defense pairings, I will keep them similar to real life. Obviously, I will throughout the season be making changes. There are many things that I'm not very fond of in Montreal. For example, some of the players, I don't want to mention any names, but, Bork. But yeah, so that is all. So what I'll be doing is I'll be doing pretty much the job of a GM. I'll be assigning scouts. I'll be showing you trades that I'll be doing. I will be showing you how we progress throughout the season. And that's basically it. So if you want to follow this series, you're more than welcome to. It should be fun. Maybe if it'll give you pointers for your Be a GM. So it's fun to see. So I will start off by sending my scout to the WHL to be scouting forwards for 1 month. There's a high level of talent in the WHL. I like to focus on mostly North American players because that's where the bulk of the players in the draft come from. So I will be sending my scout there for 1 month, and I will get on to the beginning of the season. Now, if you guys haven't noticed already, there isn't preseason in NHL 15 Be a GM. You jump right into the season. Now that may or may not change come season 2. I don't know. I haven't got that far yet. I just started playing the game. So I don't know as far as that. So right now what I'll be doing is I'll be simulating week by week, but each episode will be 1 month into the season as we try and obviously win the Stanley Cup. So, obviously, there's teams supposed to be salary cap compliant, blah, 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 because I am playing with salary cap on. I don't think it's a challenge if I play with it off. So we start off the season playing against Toronto and Washington back-to-back. Now, Toronto's a big rival, so boom, and we all come off with a win, 2-1, season opener. That's it. Washington and then Philadelphia. And it seems pretty similar to the way we started off the season, except for getting crushed by Tampa early on in the season. So after our three-game season opener, we have Mike Weaver, who is now injured. So I will go edit the lines. I will probably slap in Nathan Beaulieu, since he's definitely a scratch for us right now. So Tenorti and Beaulieu, I will change up that lineup, but I will dress Nathan Beaulieu, and I will put him into my lineup, substitute for Mike Weaver. And what I will do is I will put Nathan Beaulieu with Andrei Markov, get some speed. Markov's a little old, he's 35 years old, doesn't have that speed that he used to have back in the younger Montreal days in his early career, where he used to set up Kovalev for 1,000 one-timers a game. Emelin Subban, Markov, Beaulieu, Tenorti, Gilbert. I like that. Obviously, during the year, I might have to go get a defenseman just to add some depth for when I get into the playoffs. But as for right now, I think we're okay. If I can maybe swap Bork and maybe Lars Eller for a good top 4 defenseman and a good young player, I will definitely do that because I feel that we need that right now. So we got Tenorti, and I will put Tom Gilbert here. Substitute. And that is it so far. Let's go check out the stats after 1 week of the season. So I'm assuming that most of you watching this video are currently playing NHL 15 on next gen, but if you're not, you can leave in the comments how you like it, what you think should be changed, because there are certain things about the game that, let's face it, it's a little unfinished. I mean, I was pretty rattled when they said that EA Sports Hockey League was not going to be in this game. They did add online team play, which I've never been a fan of because I have never played it in the past. But EA Sports Hockey League really was a big thing for me since it came out and since it was introduced to the NHL franchise. I've been a big fan of EA Sports Hockey League. I played it every single year, all year. So that's a really key component in NHL 15 that they did leave out, which I was upset at. But then again, next gen, brand new game, brand new gameplay, everything is brand new. So you had to kind of expect it from EA that certain things would be left out. So as we look at the stats, you got PK Subban leading the way. That's no surprise. 6 points, 6 assists in the first 3 games of the season. Pacioretty's got banged home 3 goals already. Not exactly how we started the season this year, but that's okay. We'll let it slide. Desharnais already has 2 goals, which is a big surprise because I don't know if you guys remember last year, the mayor of Montreal kind of wanted Desharnais out of the season, out of the team, sent down to Hamilton and not to finish the year with us. But he did pick it up after those comments were made, and we did have a great run to the playoffs. So now I will be simulating the second week of the season. We are playing Tampa Bay, Boston, and Colorado. 3 big games. If y'all recall, this year we did get smoked by Tampa 7-1, and we definitely were not happy about that. So PK Subban is injured with a mild concussion. That is definitely not good news for our team. So I guess I will be having to get a defenseman earlier than I thought. Now let's see who I have scratched. I got nobody. So I will have to probably bring up maybe Davis Drewiski from the minors, or... Okay, let's see this now. Now we're in a bit of a dilemma. Let's see who we can bring up here. Sorted by overall, obviously. So yeah, like I said, Davis Drewiski, or I will bring up Greg Patterin because he is a righty. I like that, left-handed defenseman on the left side, right-handed defenseman on the right side, kind of that little Babcock mentality. So I know it's a video game, but it makes a big difference at the blue line where you have more space to control the puck, whereas if you're on your off wing, you got to bring it back to the middle. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying or what I'm going with this, but it makes a big difference. So I brought up Greg Patterin to replace Subban. Hopefully Subban is not out for a long time, because that would be detrimental to our team because he is a huge, huge part of the Montreal Canadiens. Okay, so now I got to update most of my lines. All right, so with that injury, I might put a forward at the point. Okay. I will put Gilbert with Markov, and I will leave Markov out there for the entire 2 minutes. Because I got trouble right now on the blue line. This isn't good. This isn't good at all. Not the way you want to start the season, having your best defenseman injured. That is not what you want. Okay, so what I will do is I will do best lines because there is just too much to fix and I got to get on with the season. I have all the guys that I want inside my lineup already, so I brought up the guys. Subban's out with a mild concussion for hopefully under 2 weeks. So we're now playing Boston, and We lose in overtime, 1-0. PK Subban is already back, 5 days. Obviously a warrior, just like in real life. So I will do best lines once again because he will obviously be reinserted right back into the lineup. I will check my lines after Colorado because sometimes when you do best lines, they put, they base it on the chemistry stuff and the player styles and overalls, and I'm not really a fan of that. So I'm gonna go check my lines right now. Hopefully my forward lines haven't been juggled around too much. So we're gonna go do that right now. And I guess I am gonna go look for a defenseman to trade for, because with a similar scenario, I might not make it through. So yeah, so as you can see, they juggled around the lines a bit. And I'm going to put the lines back because, as you can see, we kind of started off the season quite strong. So Galchenyuk back at left with Plekanec centering him and Parento. You got Rene Bourque on the side of Weiss and Eller. And then you got Pruss playing right wing with Moen and Malhotra, which is extremely similar to what's going on right now with the actual Canadiens. We still got Weaver injured for 1 week. That is okay. We can manage without Weaver. No disrespect to Mr. Mike Weaver. We know he's a warrior and blocks all the shots in the world. So we are 5-0-1 after 6 games. That's kind of how you want to start the season. We are now simulating week 3 of the NHL. We are playing Detroit and the New York Rangers. As you know, in real life, we won both those games. And then we did that Alberta swing, which we got very lucky in managing to sneak out with 2 points against Calgary because they dominated the game. If it wasn't for Price, that game could have easily been 4-5-0. Montreal just had no legs, I guess, because of the night before in Edmonton. But we always seem to struggle with that Alberta Western road trip. We've never really, for some reason, had the jump we've had when we play at home, or I don't know what it is, but I'm not sure if this stat is accurate, but I believe that the last 12 games in the Alberta matchups, we've never fared very well at. I think we've only won one of those matchups in the last whatever years it's been. So we come out after 3 weeks in the season. We lost both games in week 3. We are now 5-2-1. I am gonna go check our player stats, see who's hot. So Subban is, I guess, still leading the team with 7 points, even after missing only 1 game with a mild concussion. He leads away with 7 assists. Desharnais got 2 goals, 5 assists for 7 points. Pacioretty's only scored 3 goals in the next 5 games, because if you recall, he had 3 goals in the first 3 games, so he slowed down a bit. Tom Gilbert, out of nowhere, magically has 4 goals this year, and Lars Eller, who is really, in my opinion, based on his size, based on his talent, he's really underachieving for the Montreal Canadiens, meaning real life on the ice right now. Obviously, it's a couple years now that we've been expecting big things from Lars Eller, and he hasn't really delivered. Don't get me wrong, he had dynamite playoffs last year, him and Rene Bourque as well. We were obviously hoping that would be carried on into this year's season. But as we know, playoffs and the season are 2 completely different things. If you look at LA in the past couple years, their seasons have been a bit of a struggle, where a lot of times they will just come in the 8th seed or the wild card, and all of a sudden they're left with 2 Stanley Cups in the last 4 years. So obviously playoffs is completely different than the season. It's obviously where it counts the most, and it's obviously where you want your team to show up. So now we are heading into week 4 of our season, the end of October. We are facing Edmonton, Calgary, and Vancouver. Now, if you recall, in real life, we lost to Edmonton, we won to Calgary in a shootout, and we lost to Vancouver on Thursday night. Let's see if the simulation gives us a better faith. Mike Weaver is back in the lineup. I don't know if he is playing or not. He might be replacing Beaulieu. So we'll see how that plays out. So now we won versus Edmonton, won versus Calgary, which is a little different than in real life. And we lost to Vancouver, which is pretty much exactly what happened. So I guess you could say that the Alberta road trip for once kind of worked out for us. So in week 4, we end up with 2 wins and 1 loss. We are 7-3-1 after 1 month in the NHL. It is now Halloween, which was last night in real life, obviously. And that's how it played out. So let's go check our stats. Let's go see who's leading the way. It is now Pacioretty. We are now 7-3-1 after 1 month, which is a decent start to the season. Similar, Montreal is 8-2 in real life. We're 7-3-1. It's not that different. So we got Darnell leading the way with 9 points. Pacioretty right behind him with Lars Eller, Tom Gilbert, and Subban still at 7 points, held goalless. Okay, keep in mind that he did miss a game with a mild concussion, which it is a game, so I don't know if that actually applies to his actual on-ice gameplay. But he still is left without a goal. Parenteau, Weiss, Bourque, Emelin, Galchenyuk. So that is 1 week. My apologies. 1 month into the NHL season. Montreal is in 3rd place, trailing only Toronto and Tampa Bay in, I believe, the Atlantic Division. I may or may not be wrong. I'm going to check that out right now because it is the Atlantic Division. I got confused ever since they merged into four divisions with that new structure they implemented a couple years ago. So that is where we stand after 1 month in the season. And that is episode 1. Episode 2, I will be looking for a depth defenseman. I will be looking to trade one of our excess guys up front because obviously, like you saw, Subban and Weaver went down with injuries early on in the season, and we can't have that happening again because obviously that was detrimental to our team. Obviously, losing Subban would just be a massive blow to the entire organization. And that'll be all. So thank you guys for watching. If you want, you may leave a like if you want to support me. If not, you can go F yourselves. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, I appreciate the support. If you like this video, leave it in the comments. If you have anything you want me to add or anything you want me to do or other game modes that you want me to show you guys, don't be afraid to leave it in the comments. I am open to any feedback. And that was episode 1. Thank you for watching. Slow Jam Nobes out.